Da-da-da. Let me see what we got. Wait. All right, we're going to continue on part two, uh, talking about how to engage your faith. All right, did you try you know, the little thing I gave you to try to
Yeah,
the example to use?
I ended up did I end up going to the scrapyard last week? After I can't remember what day, but yeah, I ended up going.
So did you have more than what
I had
you expect?
yeah, show got more with what I took down there. I was thinking maybe I was gonna get like $25, but I ended up, was it 35 or 45? Like $43 or something like that. I ended up getting down there, and it looked like I took less.
So what we was talking about that, what, wayward faith, that I was telling you to do. So what we got, so probably what you got to do, like next week, you keep doing it the same day, and then when you see the pattern of it, is like, okay, that's how God using my faith. So anytime, so I'm suggesting anytime that you see that you might need some, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if this is gonna happen, but let me do it, because we have to realize that even over at what is Romans chapter 1:17, it said, "For therein is the righteousness of God revealed from faith to faith, and as it's written, the just shall live by faith." So what we miss at, we said the righteousness of God. So that should let us know that to even have faith, you get what I'm saying, it's a certain lifestyle that you got to partake of for God to even allow you to know that you do have faith. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people just say, "I believe this, I believe that." This is the righteousness of God revealed from faith to faith, which means we use it for that. That's how I say when we talk about people get them income tax. I'm gonna do this and that. By the time you get the money, you hit the hand. You going to get all them beat up used cars that don't even last. It worked for basically. We went through all the definitions of now and came up with the type of faith that has to be expressed based on your positioning or where you at or where you at in life. You know what I'm saying? So it talks about, we go into where it says, "For it the elders obtain a good report." We understand faith is necessary. We understood that the elders have built a spirit of believing God for whatever it is they needed to survive. All right. So a lot of times the reason our faith is not working, because the things we asking for are not necessarily what we need to survive on this earth. You get what I'm saying? We want to believe God for a big house. All right. And back in my days, growing up with my mom, time was hard. It was three of us. We basically stayed in a 1-bedroom house, but you know how mama lived.
Yep.
That front room was a bedroom. You had the bedroom, and the dining room became a bedroom. You know what I'm saying? Mama and my sister slept in the bedroom. My brother had the dining room bedroom, and I had the front room bedroom. You get what I'm saying? So we got to realize, when we believe in God for things that I would consider, I just say worldly, not for a sense that is wrong to have. But we believe in God for things like cars and houses. With what we believe in for is actually, do we need just to survive? You get what I'm saying? And like I stayed in the hood, but one thing about it, everybody in the hood, if you did happen to look in my place, I had a sharper place in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we was stealing, cocaine, selling, prostitute. Everybody walking around drunk or whatever. But those that came out and said, "God, dog, your house," you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, I had it laid out. But watch this, stealing the water, stealing the light, Still in the cave because I didn't have a sense of what responsibility really was. And we talking about I was in my middle 30s now. I'm just now turning 49. So you can see it's not that long that I really understood what responsibility was. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? So I'm saying that to say that if we're going to believe God for something, and the reason I tell people start out small, you got to look in your life. Do I really need this? You know, you can go from homeless to getting a house. Mm-hmm. All right. But you believe in God for an apartment, but God knows that you might can't find no job. So why should I look for an apartment when I can just go look for a room in the house? You get what I'm saying? You get your own bedroom. Yeah. It's less money. You know what I'm saying? You was paying $200 a month sometimes, because I stayed in one before. $75 a week. As opposed to $300 worth of rent, you got to come up with the deposit for the utilities. Yep. You get what I'm saying? You got to turn them on. Then you got to furnish it. All you need is nowadays, all you need is a half mattress, and you ain't got to have TV because you can look at it on your phone. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of things that people believe in God for in faith, they're not like these elders. I'm just believing God, give me what I need to survive. And as you get what you need to survive, as you walk in Christ and come to that thing of righteousness that the Bible talks about, he said those will be added to you. All right. So why would God bless me with a big old 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 2-car garage house when he know I'm struggling paying rent at the 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom house? You get what I'm saying? Our priorities are not ordered. But watch this. He always, because we got to understand God has principles and morals. So he also gonna look at, okay, if I give her this, or him this, or them that, whatever the case may be, do they really need it? And you'll find out more often than ever, a lot of people that you meet when you get to know them, they got a lot of stuff they can't afford. Yeah. But they looking good, and we got to be careful of walking into a person's house or just looking at how they live and thinking they automatically blessed. We don't see them bills. You know, lined up here to that you badly make it. You know, you at the pawn shops, you at the check cashing place, you borrowing money. You get what I'm saying? But us on the outside, boy, they show some sister-in-law, show living good. And the worst thing I seen, I was staying in Birmingham. I was at this church. This girl just in there, she was sitting behind me praising God and this and that. Yeah, that's right. Then one of the men in the parking lot, hey, your car just got repoed. Oh, man. You at church. You get what I'm saying? You just gave money to church. You hear him praising God and your car that's getting repoed. You know what I'm saying? And that's why usually every year, I don't think I told her this year, I tell my wife, I said, let's go over the bills we got and see how much money coming in. Because some things just go in, and we can't afford it, go stop. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of times we can afford to live. I'm talking about the extra stuff we may do. Like you go out there, you know how women go out there and just buy anything. Mm-hmm. You know, I don't know. That's just they have it. You know, but you know, you got to every year, because sometimes you get raises, things happen, and you have to evaluate your income to see, can you afford to live the way you live. Now, and if you can't afford it, ain't nothing. You know, if you got the capability to go, well, honey, we ain't gonna stay here next year. We got to go this next year because I seen this happen, and we don't want to. Cause see, the way I work, and my wife don't understand it. If we badly paying the bill or badly paying rent, and the margin $300-400, no, we can't stay there. Mm-hmm. Because you never know what might happen, and then you struggling. You shouldn't struggle to live everyday life, in other words. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's something somewhere that we'll do that not cause us to live our life. So you have to look at every year what you bringing in and what I need to take. You know, so a lot of things I used to do. I used to go buy tennis shoes all the time. But then I looked around and shoot, I don't even want to go nowhere to wear. Why I'm buying them? Just to look at them in the closet. Then I turned around and started working them because it came to a point they really didn't mean it. I just seen it and I want it. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? All right, go on to verse 3. It said, through faith we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of God, so that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. That's the most powerful type of faith that we can have if we understand it. Basically, this scripture is saying, when God said, let there be sun, the sun came, but what is the sun made of? He said, let there be light. You know what I'm saying? Let there be mist, the cloud. He said clouds, but what the clouds made, that's what the scripture actually said. He says God spoke something that appeared, but that appeared were not made of things which do appear. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So basically, and see, that's why we got to really study the Bible, because if you didn't think of that scripture like that, you're missing out on a whole nother revelation. You know what I'm saying? Let there be a tree. Okay, the tree appeared, but we'll do like, what did a tree look like?
Yeah.
For him to even picture a tree, and on top of that, what is the tree made of when you go inside? Because now it gets deeper. We'll cut it open. They say pulp in there. Okay, what the pulp made out of? All right. But the Pope made out of this. Okay, well, what that made out of? You get what I'm saying? So when we believe in God, what he's actually saying is that when we believe him for something, do you actually know the things that have to take place to get what you see? So then we're gonna call that one creative faith. Yeah. Right? So what we're saying, all right, well, God, I'm believing you for a house. Do you know how many people minds are hard of such and such, and what he got to do in the background to get that house to appear to you? I mean, you could just sit there and think on that scripture all the time. So, okay, he made us, but when we go inside, we see them blood cells. Okay, and that's the most common thing. What the blood cells made of? You get what I'm saying? We got skin, but what the skin made of? You know what I'm saying? You go down and you take a tinker and pee. Okay, what the pee? We say it's water, but what the pee made of? That you see, that can go on and on. So when you talk about creative faith, that's the kind of faith that God has. That's that level of faith. So, okay, God, I want to see this, and then all of a sudden it appear. See, and that's why a lot of us don't understand how to engage our faith. We just think because church taught us believe God for something. Now we thinking when it come, it just came. But it's cycles, circumstances, mindset, and everything that has to change in order for you to get what you believe in God for. And see, a lot of us don't understand the real nature of faith. That's why when God, he said, okay, 2020, and that's what we got to realize about prophetic word. God gives prophetic words according to who you listen to, and according to where he wants you to be at or where he trying to get you. All right. That's why it's dangerous. And they laugh at me. That's Facebook dangerous, because you got ain't no telling how many prophetic people on there, and you grabbing every word. See, that's why you got to understand. You got to be connected to somebody who you listen to. So when God gives them the prophetic word, it's according to where we're going. So when he told me it from sight to sound, okay, but now you got to teach them what faith really is, because I want them to see that whatever they say, they can be pictured. I called a friend in Birmingham. He told me told me to call her 2 weeks ago. I just called her Monday because I happened to see her preaching on Facebook. I said something wrong. So I called her up. I didn't know she had stepped down as Sister Paco, because what I seen, I said, I seen you preaching. I said, I kind of hesitated, because one thing you don't want to do, you don't want to offend nobody when they preaching. I said, but me and her, we all right, we say what we see. I said, every time the Holy Spirit try to use you, you look back down and stay with the paper. And you right. But watch this, what she said. And this what got me. I was just telling my friend, I wish somebody could find me in the spirit where I'm at. I don't call her all the time. You get what I'm saying? Yes. But she know if I call you, I'm either going to tell you something good, or it's a transition of life she just did something. And she said, well, I just stepped down and I was doing such and such. She said, because I felt like I was held in bondage. one of the prophetic words was you gonna have to come out of bondage to really get where God wants you to go to grow.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? Now, and this is what we make a mistake of. Now, if Brother Hubbard always calling me when something going on in my life, watch this now. But I'm steady connected to these all these leaders and prophets that don't never tell me nothing. Why you ain't over there listening to Brother Hubbard? And that's where a lot of people faith shot at, because the one that call you and teach you in your time of need, you really don't, you know what I'm saying? You don't understand them, or you don't see them as you see them. You get what I'm saying? So even though you may admire them, they ain't telling you nothing that's helping you get to that next level. And all I did, I put at ease her decision she made to step down. Because like I said, well, you under a leader who don't even know how to lead. All she knows is how to fill positions. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of times your faith has to deal with who you connected to. Because how can I tell you? See, when people come around here, look on the video or something, when y'all come around here, if they pay attention to what I'm teaching y'all, okay, I'm telling you this, but I'm putting the burden on you because you're an individual. You got to know God for yourself. You got to believe God for yourself. You can't keep calling me saying, what you think about this, Brother Hubbard? Well, can you pray for me? The veil torn. Y'all can go to God face to face. Yep. So what I'm actually just teaching most people, I'm teaching you how to be independent. Don't nobody want to be independent, because we spent so long listening to the man behind the pew, and so he got all the answers. Yep. They ain't got all the answers. You get what I'm saying? If they had all the answers, I'd still be stuck in Birmingham in that same church. I was looking at the video the other day. Everybody who started before me, been that 10, 20 years with position, you still doing the same thing. Brother Hubbard wrote books, he done travel, he done put churches here, he preached, and so that, and I was telling the girl I was talking about, I said, that's why God told me to start this new ministry and change it and call it unchurched Christian ministry. He said, because a lot of people, what they need to hear is not going to be in there. All right. And then when I go to looking at it, it's a lot of people turning towards something that says unchurched or out of religion. You get what I'm saying? Which means that's the vein that God is bringing the church to. But if you stuck in religion, all you doing is going to church. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So that's the third we're gonna call is creative faith, because we got to understand, in order you to create for what, watch this, to create or believe God for something, he got to put in you a vision for you to have what you believe in him for. Which means, okay, you said a 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom house is what you believe in God for. Now, number one, you got to look at your life. Okay, can I really handle that, or do I just want it because they done told me all we got to do is believe God? It's more than believing God. It says, seek ye first the kingdom and all his righteousness, which means you can go to church seeking the kingdom, but your life foul. You're missing the righteousness part. Or you can live a good life, but you ain't helping them for the kingdom. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of people faith held back because you doing one or the other, you ain't doing it together. You get what I'm saying? Helping the kingdom should lead you into righteousness. All right. Same thing I was talking about. The girl missing in Birmingham. Boy, I bet, because one page I got a lot of Birmingham people. I bet they were mad at me. I said, okay, they done raped this girl. Now who gonna show them Jesus? Because it's obvious they didn't know Christ like they should know to rape a 3-year-old. But when you look at the Bible and read the Bible, when Christ came on the scene, he didn't always run to the victim. He covered the victim and the accuser. I told her one post, I said, yeah, they put him on the cross, but he covered the accusers. He said, forgive them because they don't know what they doing. Now all the church folk, kill him. Okay, so they died without Christ. What's the Great Commission? We got to show people Christ. So we praying for the victim, but what about the one that committed the crime? They need Christ too. You know what I'm saying? And so we fail. Another thing, and see that's part of the righteousness of God, which means had they been introduced to Christ, if they had, then was they introduced it to a level that they follow what they was taught? Because I think we was talking about it last time. It was a long time before I went back to jail because number one, my parents forced me to go to church. That's just what the rule.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you ain't going to church, you ain't watching no TV. You force me, which means when I had my son, I ain't forcing him to do nothing. Like I try to tell her about Josiah, but she don't listen. Stop forcing and telling that boy what he gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because he gonna come a time when he grow up, he gonna resent.
He gonna rebel, yeah.
What he was forced to do. That's why a lot of times she'll cook around here. You want macaroni? I don't eat that. You eat that? I don't eat that. Why? Because when I was growing up, I was forced to do it. Now, and we ate, but that's all we had. But if you didn't have, that means you were forced to do it. Yeah, I like black eyed peas, but you barely see me eat them. But back then, growing up, black eyed peas, that hot water cornbread, you had to mush it up in there and put it in there, and that Kool-Aid, you was full. But as an adult, you get what I'm saying. So a lot of people got to understand. You just if it comes to time they don't feel like going to church, don't force it on them. See, and that's why a lot of us now have came into a real relationship with Christ, because back in our age range, you were forced to do it. He didn't call you to him, we forced him to him. All right, go on to verse 4. She said, by faith Abel offered to God a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, by which he attained witness that he was righteous, God testified his gift, and by it he being dead yet speaking. So that's that sacrificial faith. That's the type of faith that the widow with the 2 mice distributed, which means, okay, I see all these people got $10,000 to give, $5,000 to give, you know, whatever they were giving.
Mm-hmm.
But watch this. Okay, I'm going to sacrifice my living, not because I believe in the preacher, but because I believe in what was spoken.
Mm-hmm.
See, a lot of time people give because they believe in what the preacher said, but what the preacher said really ain't what God said.
Mm.
God ain't finna sit there and give you a whole sermon about giving. Because if God know my heart, God know I ain't got it. You know what I'm saying? First time I met y'all, first time I said, what y'all doing giving? Y'all ain't got it to give. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because God, if God know the heart of the people, then that means God knows was a person able to give or not. But then when you get up there with these glorified people who make you give, what they doing, they pulling on your emotions.
Mm-hmm.
God ain't gonna pull on your emotions because he know you ain't got it. Because even the Bible teacher, I think it's over Corinthians, he said, don't give that another person's burden be lessened, but then yours is greater. You know what I'm saying? He said, because to him it's recognized as you have, or if you have not, which means if you believe what God's saying or using somebody, you'll sit back and say, if I had to give, I give. I know one lady a couple of years ago, she used to follow my ministry, and she came into some money. And she said, well, I told God, if I ever get some money, I'm a blessed brother Hubbard ministry. That dog, I took out my paper. That girl came across maybe 50 grand. I think she gave me $45,000. 45. And when she gave it to me, I said, okay. And I was sitting there, and she called, I'm finna give you 10 back. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. She did what God told her to do, but I turned around and said, well, God told me to give you 10 back. So that means I got 35. Mm-hmm. 35. Because for years she followed and didn't have it. But watch that. So that's that faith. All right. And I'm sitting there, well, if she just came into this money, why would God place it on hard to give it to me? I took it.
I took it.
But watch this. Watch this. That's why when God bless you, got to be a line of maturity to understand. He allowed her to bless me, not so I can bless myself. I done this gave most of it away. Helping somebody else. Because what? We was all right. Now, 6 years ago, even I heard him tell you give you 10 back, you wouldn't got nothing. I've been sitting out there, boy, shoot. And just imagine if I was single with that type of money. You know how many girls I could have got? What you want, baby? You want to spend the night? I take you shopping in the morning because you know what we got to see her the deal tonight. Night before we go in there, you just show it to her. Well, when we get up, I'll take you there. Let's go on in here and take care of business. You get what I'm saying? But why? I'm just telling the truth. But watch this. That was an example of sacrificial faith. And then, so we know the story when Cain and when Cain killed Abel, his blood still spoke, say I'm dead. Mm-hmm. Which means when this woman did that, she forever in my memory. Even now, when she called and I got it again, said, Deidre, I need such and such. I said, hey, sister so and so need. I send it on to her. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? Because that's the kind of person that you want in your life. Which means when he told me to start this unchurched man, he said his specific instruction. He said, get people who you know ain't got nothing to give you. Now, what that means, I know your heart gonna be pure about what you preaching at them because they ain't got nothing to give you. Uh-huh. All right. How I'm gonna take up an offering and tithe when I know you ain't got it to give? How I'm gonna tell you to bless somebody else when I know you ain't got to give? But watch this. So when God moves in their life and they begin to get something to give, mm-hmm. they can understand. Their testimony will be, well, I ain't tithing. God started blessing me. Well, I ain't had to sow like that, and God started blessing me. So what he was saying when you see people now that starting these unchurched ministry, and I seen a few of them. One gonna start next year, and I really like his concept. They finna rent out a movie theater. Mm. So, and the reason I like this concept is that, okay, you ain't got nothing to give me. That can't stop me from preaching to you. Mm-hmm. Because God trying to get people back to see the leaders that I have for you. They got a heart to see you deliver, save, and empower, not how much you can get it. Yeah. You know, down in Burma, I went to this lady church. First thing you know, why y'all bringing all these broke people in here? Bring somebody in here with some money. Boom, you're the wrong leader for me. Yep. Because God not concerned about money. He already got it.
God concerned about souls.
Soul. All right. Verse 5 says, by faith Enoch was translated that he should not see death and was not found because God had translated him. For before his translation, he had this testimony that he pleased God. That's that obedient faith. That means no matter what God tells you, you do it. Mm-hmm. What's wrong with a lot of us? We call ourselves obedient to the word and the word and God's direction. But if his direction or his instruction ain't pointed toward who we like, we won't do it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. I said, when you talk about agape love, yeah, that man killed that 3-year-old girl. Agape love, okay, I seen him do it. He need to be empowered with me. Because even in jail, you could turn around and start preaching and save souls in jail. Yeah. Which means now God got to protect you from being the child molester. Because we know what they do to child molesters. And 3-year-old, and he in that Jefferson County jail, and that was all on TV. Oh, they got you. You hear what I'm saying? Just like, see, watch this. We don't see the big prophetic picture, okay? This man raped this girl. The church ain't showing them love or trying to show them God. The white lady killed a black man. When the judge showed him love, she got condemned. Mm-hmm. All right? Well, what the kind of love that God talking about, that agape love, that no matter what you do, I got you. See, we can't teach that God's hand is not short. That he can't say would you. So you telling me God say everybody but child molesters and child killers. Mm. That means his hand short.
Yep.
You get what I'm saying? Now, well, Brother Hubbard talking about, I can't go down there because I got a felon. I would have went down there. They won't let a felon go see a felon. You get what I'm saying? My own son can't come see me because now he got one. Now I go see him. You know, we hang out, but you know, it is what it is. But far as staying with me, that's a different ball game. But that's how the law works. But what I'm trying to say, how can this word work if it's only work to what don't what's the word I'm looking? What don't get our goat, in other words. So if you hate an alcoholic because your daddy died of being an alcoholic, then you don't want to save no alcoholic. That's a respectable person. See, we got to be, the God kind of faith is why now that we don't get blessed, because between ourselves, we still got certain ways of who God will save and who he won't save. You know, I feel sorry, you know, I ain't taking away from, feel sorry for the parents of that child. Feel sorry for the child. But I still feel sorry for the people who did it.
Yeah.
So you can't say you operate in the fullness of God and all you're feeling for is the victim. You got to feel sorry for the accused, because that's the kind of love Christ showed. Yeah, some of the things I do. A couple of years back, girl got pregnant. I had an abortion. I'm still sitting here. Damn, God, why I do that? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that happened with me before too.
You get what I'm saying? That's still in my heart. You know, why would I do why? You get what I'm saying? To save faith. Which means my faith was more important than a person's life. You know what I'm saying? So now that I still deal with that, you get what I'm saying? So every now and then when it do come up, I got to wonder, what would this child have been? That's something heavy to hold on your shoulder. I don't think about it all the time, but every now and then.
Yeah, to come across.
It comes across. But now, if Christ can still forgive that and still allow me to preach, you get what I'm saying? Then why? That's the same thing as killing a child, ain't it?
Sure is.
Now, and if we're going to get technical, you know, when they around here doing the fellatio, when you swallow them children, when you swallow that load, you killed the child too. It's the same thing. You get what I'm saying? But the Bible said we shouldn't touch blood. That's all in semen blood. That's all it is. Blood with children attached to it. So how many children you done killed while you mad at the man and can't forgive him? Now, boy, I was telling my friend the other day, I said, it's going to amaze me if we get to heaven, will he sit down and talk to us about all the things we thought was right that was wrong before he let us in heaven. You know what I'm saying? All right, verse 6 said, but without faith it is impossible to please him, for he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. All right. So we cannot live an abundant life if we fear to ask for things that will better not only our quality of life, but other people's life as well. So when we look at this verse 6, when it says believe that he is, that don't mean believe that he is the car so you can get the car. That don't necessarily mean believe he's the Lord of their life. That means believe that whatever he gives you can be an outpouring so you can bless somebody else. When the first time God started allowing people to sow money in my ministry, a lot of times people used to give me some money, and he said, okay, since you got there, I want you to bless such and such. It wasn't for me. And the lesson he was teaching me, he said, sometimes people need to be blessed, but they're not connected to people who can bless them. So I allow people to bless you so you can bless them. Because why? Because I hear your voice. So he tell me to give somebody something, I give it to him. If my wife was here, she went to somewhere else. She'll say, it's plenty of time somebody send me a message on the website. They'll talk to me. I sure need 500. Sometimes people got it. Sometimes they didn't get it. Because If you get it, I'm gonna hear God say. He said, "Give it to him." I see, because people still give, but because I don't travel as much, I had to save a lot. So I gave a person that money. I don't believe she don't. My wife had just got married, and what you gonna do? That's a lot of money. But like I said, I had this ministry before I married you, so it really ain't got nothing to do with you. I'm just asking you out of respect, because I already heard him say, "Give it to her." All right, watch this. So she thought she was gonna do. When I gave it to her, she would come from Tennessee. God told her to go to Jacksonville. I gave her $500. She messed around and bought her mama something to eat before she left. I looked around. She was in Jacksonville. But then you called back for some more help. What it was, and she wouldn't stop to listen to me. Her spirit was wild. With me you suspicious of everything. That when my friend that was staying in Jacksonville, I said, "Hey, I got this girl down. She ain't got nowhere to stay." I said, "Can y'all keep her?" God had already told me if they take her in, she stay there, I was gonna get them $200, $250 a month, because it was her and a child for just letting the girl stay there. All right, the girl stayed there for a little while, but then she packed up and left. Well, we don't know where she went, but then she called months later, wanting some help. Can't give you no help. Because I help you on a bid, so if he tell me to give it to you to do what you got to do, that means you got to obey what I tell you, what he telling me to tell you to do. But that when Brian Kahn was big, so she want to run behind Brian Kahn. Now you down there broke, want to call me for money. Well, Brian Kahn hear God so good, why he don't see God till you give him something? Here's what it is. So we got to realize is that when we talk about believe God that He is, it means whatever He give you is going to better your quality of life. A lot of people want stuff that don't. It'll show you got a good quality of life, but you can't afford it. Then the devil took it from me. How could the devil go take it from me when 2 months ago God gave it to you? And the word says there's no sorrows in him. So what it was, no, you got that. Or you made the effort to get it, God didn't give it to you. All right. Verse 7 said, by faith Noah, being warned of God of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, preparing an ark to the saving of his house, by the which he condemned the world and became heir of the righteousness which is by faith. So that's what we call fearful faith. Now, a lot of people say or teach faith is having confidence in God. Here you can move in fear, but watch this. Your fear is mean that you're still confident that God gonna do it. So he picked Noah. Noah didn't follow the rules, but Noah had a knowledge of who God was. All right. So watch what it said. It said, by the which one man condemned the world. Which means in any generation, in any family, if one person do right by God, do you know that family condemn the whole family? That's what he's saying. Which means if one person in this generation actually move how God tell them to move, it condemn all of us. Why? Because he's doing exactly what God told him to do. But we waver. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? And became heir of the righteousness, which is by faith, which means even in his scared state, he still did what God told him. That's why when I mentor people, I teach people, I say, if I hear God tell you to do something, or if you hear God tell you to do something, do it. You ain't got time to worry. Cause watch this now. I know you ain't got no but $800. Give it to him. Well, what he ain't concerned about how you gonna pay your bill, what you gonna do. The obedience is what he after, and that means I had to learn that. You know what I'm saying? I had one woman that was mentoring. She had a nice savings set up. I don't know what's happened, what she did. She said, God told me to give you I think it was $2,500. I don't question then. And she was sitting there, well, I got to do such and such and such. I said, look here, do you hear God? Yeah, do what God tell you to do.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? You get the red. She did that, but watch this. He done gave her way more than what she gave, but you can't see it because the act of doing that at that time, that's all in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
See, when God tells us to do something, we got to release it and forget it.
Ain't going on but your business.
We can't get, well, I sure wish I wouldn't have gave Brother Hubbard such. I could have did such. And I'm just using mine because these are examples that I know work for sure. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of them will tell you, when they come to me, the first thing they say, well, God told me to tell you to mentor me. The second thing on God going to tell you, what you going to give them. And when we talk about what you going to give them, it ain't necessarily money. It's what you got to offer that can make his ministry go farther than what he going. Mm-hmm. I had one lady, what's that all the way up there? Now that wasn't Baltimore, that wasn't Maryland. What else up that way? She was all the way up there, Pennsylvania, I think, somewhere up there.
Mm-hmm.
She heard one of my messages on YouTube. Ooh, and you just spoke to my spirit, and my husband is, and she and her husband, they ain't divorced, but they ain't together. Can you come up here and this and that? And her spirit was wild. I said, calm down. I said, I got to see if God want me to mentor you, because they'll tell you, I don't just mentor nobody. They got a long list they need to go through before I even say yeah, because I know what I teach ain't for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
I know some of the things I teach, it'll seem kind of deep, but it gets you to think.
Mm-hmm.
But then if you sit down and study, it becomes simple. But because that's where I am. I looked around. About a week, she called. I'm on my way down here to you. I said, huh? I told my wife, I said, this woman, what I said, this fool said she finna move down here just to be a part of the ministry. I said, where you gonna stay? You got a job? Yeah, cause you ain't coming in here.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And but her spirit was wild, so she did something. And I was trying, I had in that level where, let me see if God really want me to mentor you before I say yes to you or anything.
Mm-hmm.
You can come up here, I got this big old house and we can just have this and that. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? And you got to be careful when you hear somebody speak to your spirit and your ministry, and you just want to, when somebody just want to uproot and come down here and they mind like that, something ain't right with them. So she did something, and I hung up the phone, and God said, don't pick up the phone no more. The next day she called, she had stayed around her mama's house and said, well, I'm going back home. But I thought God told, see, you get what I'm saying? She was wishy-washy. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of time, but see, she had fearful faith, but your faith wasn't grounded in God. It was grounded through your emotions. You heard me preach something that spoke to you, and all of a sudden, here you want to come. I don't mind you moving here, but please believe, like the last person that I end up sending home, you better have a job and a place to stay. And some kind of income, because I help you only if God tell me to help you. Cause how I'm gonna put you and your children in the hotel room and you just move here now, nigga there with you? I was mad then. Mm-hmm. But I still help you in spite of, because I ain't finna pay for a nigga to live nowhere. He in there hitting them skins on my dollar. Oh, you better pay for a way.
And then you getting salt put on your name.
Yeah. Now I can't rent a room. Like, that was about the cheapest hotel I can rent for a week in Tallahassee. Mm-hmm. Now I can't even rent that out because I'm trying to help somebody in Christ, and you mess me up. All right, go. All right, verse 8.
Hello?
It said, by faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should, after receiving for an inheritance, obeyed, and he went out not knowing whither he went. So now we got to understand, we're going to call that blind faith. The blind faith is having the obedience to move to a place because God spoke and told you to move, only increases your faith in God. So that was saying, a lot of time when God allows us to do something in faith, he's trying to increase our faith. But what happened with most of us, because we don't understand what faith is, we fail to move in the things of God. All right, so we're going to shut it down right there in the questions.
When you was talking about the dealing with, like, I guess you call it the